All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I might have to do something about the lighting, but we'll see. It seems very light and dark. We'll see what happens. Welcome to Sunday morning sprints. I hope everyone is having a good weekend. We're here. I might sound a little froggy, but that's what happens when you scream while you're on rides. Yesterday was a very, very fun but exhausting day. And so today is like recovery day. Today is recovery day. For those of you that don't know, I had scheduled to go to Epic Universe last Sunday, but that got rescheduled to yesterday because my husband got sick. So thankfully they were able to reschedule, change the date of our tickets. So we went yesterday and we had a blast. So I might be showing you some of the things that we got while we were there, because some of it, in my opinion, is absolutely genius but ridiculous at the same time. So if I show it to you, you'll know. My husband absolutely, we stayed on budget. So nothing is like, oh crap, how are we going to pay for this type thing? But we stayed on budget. So everything was paid for, which I absolutely love. But yeah, so we will talk about it. I will probably show some things. It is very fun, especially in Super Nintendo World. I can't say enough about the theming and the interactiveness of Super Nintendo. We'll get into that. We'll do the hellos, and we'll go into our first sprint, and I'll try to gather some of the things that we got, and then we'll go from there. And I'll do like a little show and tell. Let's see who else here. Kat is the first comment of the day. Kat says, "Good morning, Alicia. I hope you had a blast at Epic Universe with your hubby. I've been reading Emma this morning and made it to chapter 13. I'm going to work on financial tasks now." Ooh. I don't think I've read Emma. Is that Jane Austen or is that Bronte? I don't remember. It's on my list to read because I want to read more classics, because I would like to know where, how what they produced back then, which would now be considered classics, into how it forms today's reading. You know what I mean? But was that a fresh start read and you got to chapter 13? Because that's awesome. Either way, that is progress. And financial tasks, that is on my to-do list as well. Probably not today, though. I will probably do that tomorrow, because now I have to switch gears and rest. But I have to also start thinking about school supplies, because that is coming up fast. I look a little pink. I did get a little bit of sun, but not too bad, I don't think. Jen is here. Alicia, are you recovered? No, ma'am. For the most part, I feel okay. It's just my calves hurt. The balls of my feet hurt. Not so much as they did yesterday, though, so that's good. And my body just feels stiff this morning. So we'll see. I do have coffee. I do have a little bit of a tickle in the back of my throat, and I can't tell if it's like a cold coming on or if it's just from me screaming at the rides yesterday. We did about 5 rides, 5 or 6 rides. I want to say 5. But it was amazing. Anne says, "Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Kat. Hello, everybody. Hello, Nadim. How are you? What are we reading or working on today? Yeah, I'm going to do something about this lighting. The lighting is weird. Kat says, good morning, friends in the chat. At Anne, how are you feeling? Yes, Anne, how are you feeling? Because I know you had surgery recently. So hopefully you are healing and we can send all the healing vibes. Good morning, everybody, says Jen. What are you doing, Jen, today? What are you working on? Are you just relaxing today? Nadim says, I am currently reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. That is one I don't have yet. I know that's the Throne of Glass series, yes? So we'll get to that. I'm basically probably going to read Sarah J. Maas backwards because I read Crescent City and now I'm working on ACOTAR and then I'll do Throne of Glass. Anne says, reading my daughter's book, Detained, A Boy's Journey of Survival and Resilience by D. Esperanza. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I've never heard of it, but it sounds interesting. Nonfiction, is it? Or like a memoir? M says, good morning. Good morning. Let us know what you're reading or working on. Anne says to Kat, the nurse just left after changing the dressing on my hand. She said it looked good. I am just very depressed. Oh no. I know it's probably a lot to take in and a lot of adjustment. I can see that. Make sure though, like, keep your spirits high. I know it's hard. Just take it day by day. Jen says, oh, you're using your mini mom mug. Yeah, just taking it easy today. Yeah, this is the new one. Because remember, my last one was yellow, and I broke it. I was so sad. So it has mini, and it says mom on one side, and then on the other, it has like all the park icons. And then, of course, on the inside, it says Walt Disney World. I am being very careful with this one. If you heard a meow, it's because Ralphie is sitting on the floor and he's sunbathing using the window. I also got another one. It's like the top half is white and the bottom half is pink. And it has, I think, an M with Minnie Mouse. And then on the other side, it says like something sweet. There's two words, but it says something sweet. Very sweet or too sweet or I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to look at it. All I know is that those coffee mugs don't fit my coasters. So I might have to buy new coasters, like bigger ones. Excuse me. Kat says, I started reading Emma on July 16th. It's slow going. It's like I'm liking it, but not a fast read. Plus, I have also been reading other books. Fair enough. Okay. So it's almost like a chapter a week, kind of. What it sounds like. No, that's because you're on chapter 13. That would be a lot of weeks. So maybe 2 chapters. I'm trying to do the math. I can't do the math. Basically, you're reading like 2 or 3 chapters at a time and taking a break. Ralphie, Jen says hi. Yeah, he's very, very pathetic meowing today. I don't know what's his problem. But he just kind of looked at me and was like, meow, meow. Kat says, a huge hug, Anne. Glad your hand is healing properly. Yes. That is the primary goal, is that you want your hand to heal properly and you can work towards the next step. Anne says, Detained is a memoir of a boy from Honduras who is detained at the border when he tries to join his parents in the U.S. Oh, interesting. You'll have to let me know if you like it. Maybe I'll give it a go. M says, "Aw, Ralphie. I'll be reading Sandition? Santon? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But as part of Jane Austen July, I also hope to film a tag video after breakfast." I don't think I've ever done a tag video. I don't think I have. They're interesting to watch. I just don't think I want to do them. Maybe I'll try one, because there is one that seemed like it would be fairly easy, but I don't know. I just never really thought about it. Kat says, "Yay, Alicia, I'm using Fetch and my referral code. I appreciate the 2,000 coin." You're welcome. I set it up this past couple of days ago, and I already scanned 4 receipts. I don't know if I can say. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because there was something about M&Ms on there, and I'm almost fulfilled the M&M goal or whatever. All because I bought M&Ms at the grocery store. Was it the grocery store? Yeah. I was like, did I? I don't remember what I did. And then there was something from the Home Depot one. Yeah, so I get 1,000 coin or whatever from the M&M's chocolate candy. So there was that. And then there was something else that I had done, and I had gotten points for it. But I had a Home Depot receipt in there, and I put in a Lowe's, just kind of to test it out. So I have 2,850 coins so far. So this is kind of fun. I was thinking about adding in my Universal ones, but I don't know if they would participate. Excuse me. So, I figure, maybe. But we do have some, like I said, school shopping coming up, and I will have to go to the grocery store this week. I do have to mail a package at the post office. Does that count? I mean, I already have the shipping label. I just have to put it on there and just mail it. But I can get a receipt to say that it has been mailed. So can I scan that one, maybe? I wonder. Because that would be cool. Anne says, "My daughter loved it. It is his journal." Oh, so is it set up like a journal? Like journal entries? Oh, that would be interesting. Kat says, "Scan all of your receipts. You get at least 25 coins per receipt." Wow. That would add up quickly. Kat says, "You have 14 days to scan receipts. Definitely scan your Universal receipts. I scan all of them." Wow. Okay. Well, we have several from Universal. Oh, that's the other thing I can show you. I got treats. I got treats from Universal. I'm excited. I've had these before, most of the treats, if not all of them. But the ones that I love so much, you can only get at Epic Universe. So I bought 2 so that I would have enough to hopefully ration myself out before I can go again to Epic Universe. I have a friend who's coming into town from the UK in, I think, October. So I might try to see if, depending on what day she goes, I might try to go with her. And I think that will be fun. But we'll see. It's just all the walking and the parking, the way that it's set up, but it'll be so much fun. Kat says, so if you have past receipts, scan those too. You can get more than 25 coins for featured items. But you said you have 14 days to scan. So is it within those 14 days? So, like, if I go back 14 days in July, those would still be allowed? Because if so, then I've got receipts to be scanning today. I don't know why my throat is so dry. I am going to get some water in the first sprint, though. Anne says, instead of chapters, it's different days. She won't tell me if he's successful in getting to his parents. Dun dun dun. I imagine it might be in the book, so she can't tell you if it's in the book. Kat says, yes, so if you have receipts from 10 days ago, scan them. Okay. So go back to the 17th? Okay. I might do that in the first sprint then. Because that could be helpful. That could be helpful. And with that, I'm going to scan. Yes, I'm going to scan some things, but I'm going to star this comment and I'm going to put us into our first sprint. Let me add our welcome banner. I'm going to set us off into the first sprint, and then I will see everyone in 45 minutes, and we'll do a little bit of a show and tell. Ready? Happy sprinting! All right. Welcome back from our first sprint. How did everyone do? I got the stuff moved over. So now my floor is covered in things. I wrote my to-do list for today, and I have a Ralphie in my lap. I was trying to write if I could get my primary to-do list done, things that I would like to try to squeeze in. But he's laying on my lap, so he's covering the clipboard and the paper that I have. I did change out for my coffee mug. I checked on the kids, and I got some water. So, I don't know what my hair's doing, but I guess I need to wash it again because it's doing crazy things. Crazy things. Let's see what everyone got up to, and then we'll do a little bit of show and tell. Our last comment. We were talking about the app Fetch, and so Kat was saying if you have receipts from 10 days ago to scan them because they will be accepted. So I pulled the receipts out, so they're in a pile on my desk. So I'll do that after sprints this morning. And then we had a Double N Jen come in and say good morning. She was just in time for the first sprint. Anne says, this had better not be depressing. This is for the book that she is reading because she is reading Detained is a memoir of a boy from Honduras. And so she's reading that. And I imagine it's probably going to be a little bit depressing, but I'm hoping that it will have a happy ending based on what it's about. There's probably going to be ups and downs is my guess, but there's Ralphie. He's finding his spot. Thank you for all the cat hair, Ralphie. My outfit was not complete. Now it is. Lay down, Bubba. Lay down. This is me saying good morning to Jen, that she was just in time for this sprint. He keeps trying to lay on my power strip down there, and I don't want him to. Don't lay on the power strip, please. I don't want him to accidentally turn it off or zap himself. Then we had Christina come in and say good morning. And she did our PSA for the morning. Remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds and stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring the bell so you hopefully get notified. Yes, please, and thank you. This is me saying good morning to Christina and wishing her happy birthday because today is, in fact, her birthday. So happy birthday to Christina. She has been great for our booktube community. She helps out with the sprinting spreadsheet among all of the PSAs and coming into the sprints. Excuse me. It's like my throat gets dry. There we go. And today is her birthday, so make sure you wish her happy birthday. And I hope she is having the most lovely day. Kat says, happy birthday, blessing to Christina. Christina says, thanks, Alicia. And hi, Kat, thank you. Kat says, I transferred laundry from the washer to the dryer and worked on financial tasks during that first sprint. Very productive. M says, I did nothing. Well, I played Screwdom. That sounds funny. What kind of game is that? Oh, is that what, like, one of those games where you have to, like, pull the screws out to, like, find the picture underneath or something? I've seen those. She also says happy birthday to Christina. And Christina says hi and thanks to M. Okay. As far as I can tell, we're at the bottom of the comments. So we'll go into show and tell. Christina says, I am in the AC room. I have my tiara on and I am chatting, one of my fave things, and hope to read today. Ooh, very nice. Yes, it is the pull the screw game. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I've played a couple, but my problem is I always get bored with certain games, and that happens to be one of them because it's like it almost seems like it's too easy. So, and I like games with a challenge. So, um, I never keep those games very long. Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica, I think. Ooh, is that the one you're going to read? Have you started it yet? Are you going to be starting it? Let us know. Love a Tiara. The only one I have ever had, and I don't think I have it on display anymore. I had one that said, like, mom to be, and that was before I had my son. I'm going to have to get, like, a cough drop or something. Jesus. It doesn't sound like it doesn't feel like there's anything stuck there. It feels like it's dry. And if I do that, I'm fine. But then I have to cough. It's annoying. Not started yet. Okay, so that's one you'll be starting. Ooh, exciting. I should mention that if I get to reading, I'm currently going to be reading First Time Caller, and I need to read the chapter 6 and 7 for the Atomic Habits read along that I'm participating in. This is a reread for me, but I'm reading it with Kat and Lee, and I think there's one other person. Forgive me if I've forgotten their name. But we're doing like a read along to help Lee get to reading the book. And so I've been focusing more on this one and then reading the Atomic Habits chapters as they are scheduled. I love that they're like scheduled because then I can read something and then I go, okay, I've read this. Now I can read other stuff. So it's helping with my reading. Although last week we had a pretty like non-reading week. So I mean, I read like the Atomic Habits chapters, but I need to like read some of the other things because I need to finish. It's over there. You can't see it because it's just off camera. But I need to finish reading A War of Two Queens because the discussion for that is next month. Anne says, my wife is making spaghetti in the crock pot. It smells delicious. Ooh, I've never made spaghetti in a crock pot before. How does that work? That sounds delicious, though. Maybe when I do the dinner menu later today, I will put spaghetti on my list. I haven't had spaghetti in a while. Okay, so I don't know where to start. Like, what do you guys want to see first? Do you want to see the most ridiculous thing that we bought, in my opinion? Or do you just want to see what we have? Like, just the sauce or the noodles too? Yeah, I want to know how that works. Is it just the sauce that we're cooking in the crock pot? Are we adding in the noodles? I mean, I'm curious as to how that works. Maybe I'll just show you guys I was wondering if noodles would work in an Instapot, just so we don't have to boil water when it is hot. Well, I imagine there would have to be some sort of water because the noodles are hard and they have to soften. Maybe if you like, I don't know. Anne says it's the sauce, noodles, the banned tomatoes, and tomato sauce and spices. Oh, so she did the whole like kit and caboodle. That's she just put everything in there and just said slow cook. That's pretty good. Ooh, now I want spaghetti. I want to try his crock-pot spaghetti. Ooh, she found it on Google. Ooh, I'm gonna go. I wonder if my crock-pot cookbook would have it. I'll look. If not, then I'm going to Google. I want to try it now. Okay, we're getting off topic. That does sound really good, though. Okay, need to know how to do this without ever cooking the noodles. Oh, crock-pot. Probably the sauce would make the noodles soft. Okay, so the most ridiculous thing that we found at Epic Universe, and well, I think it's ridiculous, but it's very cool at the same time. Expensive, but cool. This is my husband's new backpack. So if you know anything about Nintendo, you know that this is a particular character's tortoise shell. So, and it has it on the back as well. These are like little spikes. But this is Bowser's shell. So you can wear it as a backpack. It actually opens up and you can like put stuff in it. It actually has, this is actually kind of roomy because, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there's pockets here in the back. One is big enough for a laptop, and then it's got smaller pockets in front of it that would house like pens and like your keys and stuff like that. So this was pretty expensive, but he absolutely loved it. So he had birthday money. This is what he got. So I was just like, that, I don't know, like just the spikes, I guess. I guess it's not ridiculous, but it's the most ridiculous thing I've seen. But I agree, Kat. It's Christina says, LOL, love it. Katie says that backpack is amazing. Not to be, they had other things. So whenever you go to Epic Universe, know that there are sections. If you have a particular like favorite character, they have a section for each character, and you can buy like shirts, cups, novelty hats from those characters. So when I pull out this next item, I tell you right now, I am not putting it on. So picture that you have the backpack on, and then you put this on your head. It's a Bowser hat. So my husband had the genius idea to get this and the backpack. And then he's also thinking about, because I think we can also, we might be able to get it like City Walk. I'll have to look. But you can put this on with the backpack, and he was thinking about being Bowser for Halloween. So this was how he would be Bowser. No. Anne says, I don't know how it tastes yet, but it sure smells heavenly. We're trying to make things that I can eat one-handed. Very fair. Christina's like, you gotta put it on. Put it on. Okay, 2 seconds, because it's gonna be hot. I can tell you that. And I'm already like, but. This is so ridiculous. But you can be Bowser. Okay. I put it on. That is Bowser. But people were walking around the park with these on. See, now I got my hair's all messed up. But you can walk around, and they had others. You had a Mario hat, a Luigi hat, a princess. You could be Yoshi. You could be Toad. That would totally work, right? That was his thought. Would totally work for Halloween. Yep. Nadim finished a cup of coffee and read 21 pages. We're doing show and tell, Nadim. If you don't know, this is Bowser. That is going to be a great costume, right? So cute, Alicia. You're the cutest Bowser. Oh my gosh. I'll let my husband know. So he's going to dress up as Bowser for Halloween. And he's absolutely ecstatic about it. And then they also had the figures. So he got Bowser's figure. This is a pretty big size too. But they had all the characters. He's debating on whether or not he wants to take it out of the packaging. But he's excited about all the Bowser things. And then he found a t-shirt that has like all the 8-bit characters from like the old games. So he got that. They had a lot of stuff. He wanted a beach towel. So, oh, it's upside down. This is supposed to be like the Mario Kart towel. I don't know if I can even show all of it. We'll do like a little pan. But it has like all the Mario Kart characters on it. I need that for winter. Which one? The towel? Or the shirt? I liked the original game. Yes. The Bowser figure is great. Nice size. To take out of the box or leave in the box is a tough decision. He's thinking about, because he's like, I don't know if I want to leave it in or take it out. If I take it out, where would I put it? Because the other thing is, too, is you have to make sure that it, like, stays clean and, like, dust-free or whatever. So he's debating. But he has to also figure out where he wants to put it. He did also get a Super Nintendo World sign, but I couldn't find that. But it was like a wooden sign, and it had all the colors. The hat? Yes, the hat would be good for winter. That for sure. And then we did get the power-up bands. I'm storing them back in their boxes. These were pretty expensive, but so fun. So fun. We ended up getting Mario and Yoshi. He was Mario, I was Yoshi. And it's just like a little, the old like slap bands. It's just like that. You slap it on, it wraps around. There's a little piece that you can use to kind of like tuck it in together. And you just go around Super Nintendo World and you boop this on the different things, or you hit like the coin blocks and you get coin, and then you can interact with the app and it keeps track for you. And if you earn stamps, it'll tell you which stamps you got. It'll tell you how many coins you have. If you've done the little activities where you can get keys, it'll tell you how many keys you have. Once you have 3 keys, then you can go and play Bowser Jr.'s challenge. Whereas if you just do like the Mario Kart ride for Bowser's challenge, you can earn coins from that on this because you can tap it onto the steering wheel and it'll log all your points. It's an immersive Mario world. Yeah. You can go around and you can, if you get one of these, I will say this is $45. But, well, it's so like Super Nintendo World. So, Super Nintendo World is one of the portals at Epic Universe. You walk through the portal and you go through, like, you go up an escalator through the warp tube and you come out through Peach's castle. Once you're inside, you can see everything. There's Toadstool Cafe where you can get food. I highly recommend because the food was delicious. You can get one of these and go and hit like question blocks and get coins just like in the games. You can ride Yoshi's Adventure and they'll say, oh, you're looking for 3 colored eggs. And you can find all the Yoshi eggs and you can get the golden egg. There's things that you can tap throughout the different ride queues. Not so much on Mario Kart because I think that one, once you touch your band to the steering wheel of the ride, then you can earn coins that way. But in like Donkey Kong Country, there's stuff that you can tap on. And you can just, you rack up coin, you can get stamps through doing various different like typing capabilities. And so it's amazing. Like there are like little things hiding that you can go and walk through. And if you tap your band on it, you can find like 8-bit Luigi, 8-bit Princess. You can meet Mario and Luigi. You can meet Princess Peach. You can meet Donkey Kong. And every time you do something, you can tap your band and it it just adds to it. You can get coin for excuse me. I don't know why I'm coughing so much. It's both, sort of, because there's rides that have interactive things. And then, like I said, you can walk around just the world itself. And you can interact with like little games. And if you've ever seen like the slot machines and you have to boop it to pick whichever thing it's going to land on, you can do that. And you get coins from that. There's all kinds of things. We found one thing, you boop it and it was a PAL block, but it had 2 coin blocks above it. So every time you hit the PAL block, it said, it made it like broke, but then it got the coins. There's so much. I don't even think we saw everything, but we tried. So now you can go through the world without these, but there's not, like, you can't interact with the different like blocks. You can, you could boop it, but it'll just go meow. But if you hit it and you have one of these, you'll make the coin sound. So, and things light up and things will break. Like you can break the actual blocks. Like when you hit it, it makes the sound as if you broke it, like in the game. So there's a lot of sound effects. It's very, very fun, very interactive with these things. They're expensive, but it was interactive. And then I got a Yoshi cup because I was Yoshi for the day. This is one of those Tervis tumblers. So it has the lid, and it didn't come with a straw, which is fine. I have straws. But I got Yoshi. And then they had a game. It's how many Yoshis can you stack? So you can literally like try to stack Yoshis. And so I thought this was cute because it has all the different colored Yoshis in it. I didn't know that there were that many Yoshis. I also found this, which I think is the cutest thing. It's Yoshi stationery. So I'll be using that in my journal. This was non-super, but they have like the reusable, they call them freestyle machine cups, but it says Epic Universe, and then on the back it says Grand Opening 2025. So we were able to get a pair of those. But what it is there is a chip on the inside of the cup. And when you activate the cup, you can fill it up at any freestyle machine every 10 minutes. So I think we mostly did, like, mine's clean. I haven't used it yet, but my husband used his, and he was filling it up with like Hi-C fruit punch. He did Sprite. You can also, you don't have to have one of these, but you can use the freestyle machines to get water. So like I take like a collapsible cup and you can fill it up with water, but I did get one of these because it said grand opening and the year, because it did open this year. So, and it's nice because they added these handles, and you can take it, pop it off if you don't want it, or like I did, I would take this and pop it onto the backpack strap, and then I don't have to carry it. So, highly recommend those. We did get things for the kids. Now, my daughter already had Princess Peach, but she requested if we could find a Princess Rosalina. We got her that one. And my son requested a Chain Chomp. So we got a Chain Chomp and a Princess Rosalina plush. They excuse me, I'm so sorry for all the coughing. I don't know why I'm coughing so much. I'm going to get a cough drop or a vitamin C drop in the Sprint. I love Tervis tumblers. I didn't realize they still made them. You got a cute one. This one was at Epic Universe, but yeah. I've seen a couple of different ones, but I guess they decided to partner with them. But I love it. And they had a smaller version that just had Yoshi on it, and it said Yoshi, but then it was kind of like ribbed in a sense. So, but I like my bigger ones. So now I have to find a place in the cabinet for it because I have 2 makeups. Do I regret it? No. So that was all the stuff that my husband had got in Super Nintendo. I held off because there was a couple of things that I wanted to get from Harry Potter. But if I did that, then I knew that I would go over budget. So I'm going to wait and hold off and see if they're still there when I go back, whenever that may be. But I did get treats. These are awesome. The Moonship chocolates. They have an entire, you know how they always have like sweet shops and things. I bought these last time when I went to the preview. I have not taken the plastic off yet, but these were really good. If I can get the tin open. They are star-shaped cookies that are half dipped in chocolate. And it's just like it's almost like a shortbread cookie. And then just half of it's dipped in chocolate. They're so delicious. There's only 6 in the tin, unfortunately, but the tin is reusable. Yep. Oh, it's a butter cookie. It's a butter cookie dipped in milk chocolate. Excuse me. They're still good either way. And then the other things are kind of Harry Potter related, but not the other things. So we got peppermint toads, tiny little chocolate frogs that are peppermint. And these are only at Epic Universe. I cannot get them at the other universe parks. So I bought 2 of them. But they are blackberry and lavender flavored bonbons. They're called exploding bonbons. It's blackberry and vanilla or blackberry and lavender flavored, excuse me. But inside is like little pop rocks. And that's why they're called exploding bonbons. They're so good. I love the flavors. So, right? Treats. Yum. So we'll see. And they seem to be having like everything, because it's a Epic Universe. Everything is like celestial themed. So everything has like a moon on it. And see, so you can see like moon ship chocolates. There's a moon there. There's also an ice cream place at Epic called Frosty Moon. There's also a restaurant called Pizza Moon. There's all kinds of stuff. They really kind of outdid themselves with the theming. And then even if you go to the center of the park, there's a ride called Constellation Carousel, and it has the moon phases. So they put a lot of like theming and stuff into this. It's really like fascinating. But like we started filming at the beginning of the day, and as we got through the day, it was kind of like you could tell where we kind of stopped filming and just started having fun. Because I think we started to film as we went into How to Train Your Dragon. But once we got inside, there were some things that were either delayed, wasn't working, had too long of a wait. So we didn't ride any of the rides in there. Excuse me. And then like, I think because we were going to meet Toothless. Toothless was out when we were there, but it was a 65-minute wait to meet Toothless. And I was like, we've already been in lines for rides that were longer than an hour, that got delayed and then redone. But we did manage to ride everything in Super Nintendo, which I figured would be the primary focus for the day. We did get to ride the Battle at the Ministry, which was interesting because you sit in I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. It's kind of like you sit on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe 12 people altogether can sit in the car, because it's 2 rows of seating. And you can, once you go through it, there's like a half wall. If you're sitting in the front row, there's like a half wall there where you walk in, they close the doors and everything. And as you go through the ride, things are happening. Well, I think we got to like the first or second scene and it just stopped. Like everything stopped working. And then these things shot up so you couldn't see what was going on, if anything. They had blocked your view of the ride. And I think this is because they don't want people to like take pictures. Because the lights were on. They turned the lights on and then they turned them off, and then but the thing was still up, and so that's how we went through the rest of the ride. We didn't get to see anything after that. So then, luckily, once you come back and those partitions are up, they go, okay, you guys come with us. And then we basically went from getting off the ride, going back through and getting on the ride. And then we went through a second time and everything worked perfectly. So I was really happy that we didn't have to go wait in line again when something happened on the ride. But that one was absolutely amazing. The animatronics were lifelike. It was screen and animatronic. And they just that was wow. Me and my husband are going to kind of talk about our day more in depth towards the end of our video. Like, we're going to show the footage that we got, and then we'll probably sit in here and talk about like possibly the things that we got or things that we saw and did and our thoughts and all that. So be on the lookout for that. But we had an overall day. So immersive. So, like, the theming on everything was great. I didn't even show it, but we went to a restaurant called Das Steakhouse. Very vampire themed. And they even give you, like, these little wooden pieces that come in your food. So, like, we actually got steak, but there was, like, little steaks in the steak. And it actually had something in Latin, so I'll have to, like, ask my husband because he translated it. I'll have to see what it was again. But you guys, if you need to go to Epic. If you can do it, go to Epic because it's so much fun. So much fun. I am looking forward to going again for sure. But we are at the bottom of the comments for sure. And we're going to go into our second sprint. But thank you for letting me do my show and tell. I was so excited about yesterday. And I was like, we got up at like 6:30 to go. And the park didn't open until 10. So, but it was so much fun. So much fun. But we are going to go into our second sprint. Let me pull up the cat. What is a good amount of days to spend in Epic Universe? If you want to see and do everything, I would say you would probably need 2 to 3 days minimum. I mean, we did see a lot within, like I said, we did 5 rides, 8 at 2 different restaurants, but we didn't even see any of the shows. I'm trying to think of how, like, I mean, we were there from park open to park close. And on the day that yesterday, it was open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it just depends on, like, if you can time the rides right with low wait times. Some of them that we saw that are very popular were like 60 minutes or higher. I kept watching Battle of the Ministry because it kept being like, at one point, it was a 2-hour wait for Battle of the Ministry. At one point, Bowser's Challenge was a 2-hour wait. And you also have to think, like, we went on, it was Minecart Madness. That one was an 85-minute wait, but it got delayed for 25 minutes. Maybe a little longer. And then we kept going. The ride came back up and then it was fine. But you also have to think about delays. You also have to think about, like, where everyone was. And I've noticed too, like, because we saw this in Dark Universe, the Monsters Unchained ride was down. It was delayed. They weren't letting anybody enter the queue or anything. But once it opened back up and they were saying no longer a delay and it was a quote unquote 10-minute wait, people were running to go get that ride. So you have to be able to, like, deal with that too. I will say try to get there early if you can stay at one of the on-property hotels, not even like the Helios Grand that's connected to the park. I mean, you can if you want to, but even if you just stay at like Terra Luna or Stella Nova, those are the closest to Epic Universe. And so you will be able to do the early park admission, which is an hour before the park opens. So 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. would be your window of definitely take advantage of that early park admission if you can, because it's going to help, because you're only like hotel guests can do early park admission. And but even we got there at 10 a.m. and it was like one of the rides was already at an hour wait. So it just depends on which rides are open, because only certain ones are going to be open for early park admission. Depending on what you want to see, I would definitely make like a list of must-dos, because you're going to have to keep an eye on the wait times, and I would definitely eat off peak times. So if peak times is 12 to 2 or 11 to 2, try to eat a little before or after, because then you don't have to worry about long lines, because there were some long lines. I know we ate at Toadstool Cafe in like the late 10 o'clock hour, and after that there was a line. They had formed a queue for the restaurant. So it depends on what you want to see, how much you want to see. I would say 2 to 3 days minimum, because then you'd be able to see not only the rides, the shows, there's a fountain show, you can see character meet and greets. So definitely 2 to 3 days. I mean, we saw a lot in just yesterday, but there's still so much more that we could do, because we didn't ride all the rides. We didn't see all the meet and greets. There was one ride, I think it was Curse of the Werewolf. My husband took one look at it and was like, no. He was like, not today. Because Curse of the Werewolf it goes up and it kind of goes around. So it's like this and on different parts of the track, but you're also almost at like a 90-degree angle, and the cars on the track spin. So it depends on what's going on in the ride, is depending on if you spin, if you're going up and over. Sometimes you don't get enough momentum to go around, so then you go back and then you have to go try it again. And he was just like, not today. No. I was like, all right, fine. Because he was if you want to, I told him, I said, if you want to go on something, we're going on it. Don't let me like protest. And he was like, okay. He protested. He did not want to go on that one. So, but he went on the other one and liked it. M says, thanks for sharing your treasures. Thank you for listening. I know a lot of people are like, don't show me, but I like sharing my goodies. I like letting you guys know that this is stuff that you can get. And there's still a whole bunch more. Thanks for sharing all your goodies. You're so welcome. Thanks for letting me show them. Kat says, not going anytime soon, but good to know for the future. I highly recommend it. Definitely eat at Toadstool Cafe. Very, very thematic. If you don't like mushrooms, just know that pretty much everything in Toadstool Cafe, it's part of the theming. There will be some sort of mushroom flavor. It wasn't bad though. My husband had, and I wish I could pull up a picture, but there's like this, it was like a giant meatball covered in cheese, and then it had a Bowser shaped puff pastry, and that had a little bit of kick, and they even gave him a little cup of hot sauce. He said it had a kick without the hot sauce, but that was good. We had the mushroom shaped garlic knot bread. That was good. I got I think it's called Mount Mount Beanpole or Mount, I don't know. I have to look it up. I wish I could. I'll see if I can find pictures and show you. But that all of that stuff, it was delicious. Delicious. I love mushrooms. Then you will like Toadstool Cafe. There's lots of mushrooms in the food. Um, and then Doss Steakhouse is, think of it as vampire and vampire steaks. That is the theming. And they actually, when they serve you your food, they tell you to enjoy your last meal. That's the theming. It's, you know, you have to, it's like, be careful what you eat, so to speak, because it could be your last. That's the running joke. But it was so good. So good. And I'm hungry now. I know. I'm going to go get a snack myself. I might even open up one of those bonbons because it, like, just talking about the food makes me hungry. They do encourage a lot of mobile ordering when it comes to food. So make sure that you have the Universal app and like a credit card already attached, because then it makes it so much easier. Like, I kid you not, in Toadstool Cafe, we sat down at a table, ordered our food. They brought us our drink cups and like the first one of these that we got, and I went to go get the drinks from the freestyle machine, came back to the table, and the food was there. Like, they are quick. So, but so good. Maybe I'll do like a video of, if you're going, here's what to know, and here is what I know from my experience. Laura is here. I'm here, but loitering has fallen into a D&D rabbit hole and can't function in the real world anymore. I mean, it's fine. Loiter away. Slowly regain your function as you listen to me. Talk about Epic Universe. I'm down that rabbit hole. I'm down the Epic Universe rabbit hole. But I need to clean up my mess now and give the children back their plushies. So we will go into a sprint. So you're just in time, Laura. Just in time. We'll pull up the cat and we will start our second sprint. And I will see everyone back in 45 minutes and we'll continue our chats. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from our second sprint. How did we do? If you hear talking, it's because my husband is right outside. He went to Home Depot and got new ceiling fans for the lanai. So I think he's going to put those up today. And I did find one more piece. I found a little Babam keychain that my husband got. How cute is that? And it has the little Super Nintendo thing, and he even has his little wick, like so when you like light him. So I found that, but I cleaned up my mess from all the things that I had, and hopefully this helped. But I did get some Hall's vitamin C drops, so hopefully that will help not be coughing so much. We'll see. I don't know. Other than that, I checked on the kiddos. One was playing on his tablet, and the other one was playing the Switch. She has a little bit of sniffly going on, so I'm wondering if it's allergy or if it is if she's got the beginnings of a cold. So we'll cross fingers that it's not a cold, and we'll see. She might have allergies like I do, I think. You saw that Ralphie was sitting on my lap again. Now he is wanting to leave the library, so we'll set him free soon. But he's been kind of clinging to me and hanging out. Other than that, I did. I updated my everyday planner, and I made a list of videos that I need to film later today, because that's going to pretty much finish off this month and start August videos. So I made a list, and I'm going to start setting things up in the next sprint, I think. And then I'll go see what the husband is up to. Let's see what everyone got up to. Our last comment was Hermie was here. She was loitering, and but she went down a D&D rabbit hole. Fair enough. I have gone down rabbit holes myself. So good. Coffee. But no worries. Loiter away. We had a Swank come in. Hello, Swank. Let us know what you're reading or working on today. Christina says hi to Swank and Hermie. Anne says the spaghetti was really good, though I think we may be eating it for the next week. Oh, man. I mean, that's not a bad thing. You could always, like, portion it out, freeze it, and then thaw it out and eat it as you want to. I do that with, there's one meal that I make. It's like, I forget what it's called, but it has like pasta and 2 different types of sauce. It has cut up zucchini in it, and something else. I don't remember if it has also ground beef or chicken in it, but like I will cook it up, and it makes like a huge batch, and then we'll eat some for dinner, and then I'll portion out the rest and put some in the freezer so that it doesn't go bad, and then I will thaw it out the day before that I want some, and so good. Either that, or I'll portion it out and say, hey, Mom and Dad, come get food, because it's a lot. Amanda is here. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I'm just getting ready for the day. I slept in until noon today. Lovely. The universe was telling you that you needed to sleep. We are doing pretty good. If you go back in the live stream, you will see some of the goodies that I got from Epic Universe. Yesterday, we had a epically fun day. We stayed the entire time from park open at 10 a.m. to park close at 9 p.m. And we finished out the day. We were going to do it earlier, but we finished out the day by stopping off at guest services so that I could get him a happy birthday button. So that was fun the whole day. Hi, cool gamer. Amanda says, hey, cool gamer, how are you doing today? Anne says to Kat, any storms in the Gulf yet? Oh gosh, I hope not. Kat says, hey, Amanda and cool gamer. Kat says, nope, and we usually get lots of activity towards the end of August. M says, I got to chapter 5 in Sanditon. I'm going with Sanditon. Sanditon. Hopefully that's how that's pronounced. Good progress. Double N Jen says, Kitty! I haven't let him out yet, so I don't know where he went. Ralphie! He is hiding somewhere. Maybe he's behind the chair? I don't know. I haven't let him out yet, but I don't see him. He might be by the door. Double N Jen says, I took a shower and now I'm staring blankly at my math assignment. Wishing it would do itself. I did that a lot. Could you just do yourself, please, math? I don't want to do you. I don't want to do the math. Double N Jen says, I think you can freeze it. Yep. LOL, Alicia. What are we laughing at? I don't remember. Let me know. Anne says, it will be helpful when I am here at lunchtime alone. Yes, that's very true. Kat says, during that sprint, I unloaded the dishwasher, folded and put away laundry, ate lunch, leftover seafood stuffed potato, and a small bowl of chicken and sausage gumbo. I also listened to chapter 13 in Emma. That was a very productive sprint for you, Kat. You pulled what we call an Alicia. You pulled a productivity sprint for sure. That will be me later on. Because when I'm done sprints, I will then go into productivity mode. And I will eat some leftover pizza. We have pepperoni and meatball pizza this time. And then I will probably work on my book journal, set up for filming, and then budget stuff. And then see what the husband is up to. And I probably have to fold laundry in there somewhere. Next week is going to be kind of a busy week for us. Yes and no, mainly because husband is he has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and those are the final 3 days of his current job. He has off Thursday, and then Friday starts his new job. So we're doing the transitional stuff, and we now have to transition into getting ready for school because the school year starts August 11th. 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks left. So all of the things have to be done, bought, labeled, ready to go. They have their meet the teacher in a week. Not next week. Or I guess this week. Not this week, but next week. It's on the 7th. But that's when we meet the teachers, turn in their school supplies, and then the teachers basically have the rest of that week and weekend to get ready and set up how they want things to be done. And then school starts on the 11th. And then we have a whole new schedule. Anne says no one realizes or wants to realize how difficult it is to do stuff one-handed. It is difficult. I couldn't imagine trying to do stuff one-handed. And it's also difficult. I remember when I had a cast on, especially since it was my left hand, if you can't do anything with your dominant hand, or something is broken or you've had surgery, it takes a lot to not only adjust to the new normal, but it it changes your mindset because you're going from this just happened. Excuse me. You're going from this just happened and how do I move forward? But you now have to adjust to this just happened. I now have to heal and create that new normal. And it's like I couldn't imagine. You are, I mean, you will get through it. It's just going to take time, but it's a lot. I know you're going through a lot right now. That's going to be that's going to take time. And I like don't think that you have to do everything now. Just take your time, create your new normal, make sure that you're taking care of you physically, mentally, emotionally. Nope, that cough drop did not help. Sorry. We're going to keep that water closer. I might go through it between the rest of the sprint. Um, but yeah, no, it's going to take time. I couldn't imagine, but you are doing great. Take it one day at a time and just make sure that you're healing yourself overall. But it is tough. It's going to be tough for a little bit, but as you gain the ability to do things and adjust, it's not going to stop you. You're going to be able to do so much. And we're here for you, Anne. Let it all out. Just let it all out. Anne says, I'm hoping once they take the stitches out and I can get it wet, I will feel better. Most likely, because that's one step that you won't have to constantly worry about getting them wet or not wet. And I think you're right. Once you're able to get that area like nice and cleaned and the way you want it, you'll feel a lot better. Sending all of the speedy recovery, healing vibes and hugs. My goodness. It's like something is stuck right here. You can't see him, but my cat is staring at the door, thinking that it's going to open. Sending all of the hugs to you, Anne. All of the hugs. Right, so I think we're at the bottom of the comments. I'm going to switch it to the final sprint banner. And I'm going to adjust the timer to the quick 30-minute timer. I'm probably going to have to go get like a proper cough drop, not like a vitamin C drop. I was hoping that that would just kind of like create the moisture that my throat needs, and it's not. Hi, Meowfie. Hi. Do you want to go out? Is that why you're sitting by the door? Do you want to go out? Yes, we can go out. Okay. Let me start this comment and we'll pull up the cat. See, there's another kitty cat here. What you want, Ralphie? You ready to go out? All right. Say, we'll see everyone back in 30 minutes. Happy sprinting. Hello, welcome back from our final sprint. My hair is all over the place. How did everyone do on that sprint? I made my if I have time to do list. I did a videos to make list, and I folded a load of laundry that I had in the dryer from Friday, and I checked on the kiddos, and my husband needed my assistance in figuring out which, like, a circuit breaker needed to be turned off so that he could change the switch in the bathroom because he's changing out the dimmer switches. I have no idea. He when he explains it to me, he makes sense. But if I like to for me to try to explain it to you to make sense, I couldn't do it. But basically, this we have a dimmable switch, but when it's at a certain level, the lights flicker. And he was reading that I guess there's a different type of switch that for like dimmer switches that if you have like LED um, energy efficient bulbs, then you have to have like a certain type of dimmable switch and then they won't flicker. It's like they can't handle the power or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what he told me. That's that's what I can remember, basically. Um, so we'll see if that's a thing. I don't know. He just does the handyman things, and we go about life. But that's pretty much what I got up to. So I'll have to get started being productive when I'm done. And I let Ralphie out, but then he came back. So he's content, I guess, now. Let's see where we left off in the comments. I believe this was our last comment. Right now, I don't even want to go out because I feel like everyone is staring at me. Fair enough. I mean, you're still healing. And, you know, even when I had the neck brace on, I didn't want to go anywhere. And I hated having to be driven to like my appointments and things, not being able to drive myself. So I totally get it. Like, if you don't have to go out, I would say don't. Just take your time and heal. But I mean, who cares if they stare, to be honest, because I know that they're probably going to be like asking themselves, well, what happened? But instead of just asking, and I'm sure you don't want people just randomly walking up going, hey, what happened? Right? So I don't blame you for not wanting to go out. Excuse me. I'm going to try to get through the comments without too much coughing, but we'll see. I have my water. So, but I understand. I understand that that's it's like a sensitive subject, if you will. And I get it. Cat says, cute, Ralphie. Miss Cat says you're being cute. Yes. Do you agree? No. Meow. Swank says hi to Christina. Anne says, I'm just having a pity party today. I mean, sometimes we just need to be reassured that everything will be okay. Yes, I mean, you went through a surgery that has drastically altered the way that you do things. So it's okay to have a pity party because you've had this thing happen, and now you're like, what do I do, basically? And now, like I said earlier, you have to adjust to a new normal. You have to create that new normal routine, and you have to adjust to doing things differently, which is a big thing. It's like almost learning how to walk all over again. I mean, with your hands, you were doing one way, and now you have to do it with the other. And so I get it. And we give you all the pity party hugs and healing vibes. But remember, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It is very true. That is very true. M says, my phone is at 1%. Oh no, charge it. So I'm going to try and switch to my laptop. Hopefully it has some battery left. I read a few more pages and had an early lunch of butter chicken and rice. That sounds delicious. But hopefully you were able to plug in your phone, and hopefully your laptop had battery. Kat says, I went out to meet the ice cream truck for a strawberry fruit pop. We don't get ice cream trucks around here. We're out in the country though, so. But I do have, I'm trying to think of the ice cream we have. I have chocolate fudge brownie ice cream, like scoopable. I have ice cream sandwiches, and I do have a popsicle, but I can't for the life of me think of what they are. Some sort of like children's multicolored fruit pop, I think. But that strawberry fruit pops sounds delicious. Does it have a certain brand? Maybe it's something I can buy in the store. And I can get some like healthy fruit ice cream. I want to see if they have. I used to get it, came in like a little tub. It was about this big, and it was about that long. And I forget the brand, but it was like a scoopable gelato type ice cream. I know gelato is not ice cream, but it was called gelato. And I don't remember who it was. Unfortunately, it was so good that a lot of times I would have to section it off, and and I would eat it in like 3 sittings, because it's a small amount. It's not very big, but 2 scoops of ice cream, and that's like 1/3 of the container, you know? A Decana fruit bar? I don't think I've ever heard of those. Let me Google. Fruit bar. I have not. I have not seen these. Ooh, but I see the strawberry. That looks delicious. I'll have to see. I can't type. They even have Italian ice? What? Ooh, I'm gonna have to see, because it says, based on the information available, it appears that Publix may sell the ice cream brands. It's a wholesale distributor that supplies ice cream to various businesses throughout Florida and southern Georgia, and we know it's also in Louisiana. Oh. It claims that they have apple and cherry flavored. How would you do an apple popsicle? I have questions. No, Cat, we don't need to. you. Thank you. I will have to see if my Publix has it. It sounds yummy. It's yummy in my tummy. See? Exactly. The ice cream truck usually comes around on Sundays. Ooh, that's awesome. I wonder if I can find. Let me see if I can Google. I know Taliente is one, but that's not the container. It's not the little containers. I mean it is in a container, but it's not the small round ones. Breyers. Breyers makes it. Let me see if I can share this. This one. This is what I'm talking about. The Breyers Gelato Indulgences. That's one of the ones I used to get. They have raspberry cheesecake, but then see, like, here's other ones. I don't know. Can you guys see it? Yeah. So they also have like different flavors. Here's a salted caramel truffle. Here's cookie dough. Oh, see? What is this one? Cappuccino flavored? I never saw that one. I don't think it was the cookie dough. I'm trying to find the flavor that I used to get all the time. They have a mint chocolate one. Oh, see. Oh, there it is. Chocolate fudge truffle. No, it says it's new. That's a different one. Tiramisu? See? I wonder if these are still available. Maybe that was the one I got. I don't know, but that looks delicious. Anyway, Breyers, I guess, is the one that makes it. That's the one that that I want to go find again. Right? And it's really soft. So like if you want to scoop some of it out, you don't even have to, cuz normally I put, like, if I buy ice cream, I will put it in the microwave for 15 seconds, just enough to soften it so that you can easily scoop it. The gelato, you don't have to scoop. I mean, you don't have to like microwave it, which is what I liked about it. That, and I am partial to ice cream soup. I do like ice cream soup. But yeah, this is the things that I think about. Like, I used to get the gelato all the time because they say that gelato is supposed to be healthier. I don't know. But I've been trying to look for easy to eat, not so like health. I want healthier versions of ice cream. So I'm trying. I cannot not have ice cream. You know what I mean? I love my ice cream and I want to be able to continue eating it, but I also want to be healthy at the same time. So a little, I've cut down the portions. I only do like a scoop and a half. But I also try to find healthier options like the fruit bars and stuff. It's just some of them they don't taste right sometimes. Maybe it's just me. My taste buds are changing, I guess. But that's all we have for today. Let me know what you guys plan on doing during the week. For the rest of the day today, like I said, I'm going to fold laundry. I'm going to work on filming videos. And I have a list of other things that I need to do because I have to do the receipts for Fetch. And then, let's see, here's my list. I'm going to eat lunch, add receipts to Fetch, go through Pango because I have like a master on Red TBR. And so I'm going to make sure that none of the books I'm putting on Pango are on that list. And if they are, then they need to be scratched out because I'm not going to read them. Fold laundry, film. I have to make a plan for reading for the rest of the year. I have to build my August TBR because I have to find my copy of Twilight because Donna is doing a Twilight read-along. I'm going to work on my reading binder, and I have to create, I usually do it, and I can show you. I usually make a list of books purchased in and insert correct year. Like this is last year's list. So I have to create one for this year. And I typically, like, I'll have somewhere written down like what month I got the book in. So, and I put the date over here so that I know when I got it. But I usually limit myself to 26 books. If you think about it, that's 2 books a month, and then the extra 2 books is May and December, because May is my birthday, and then December is Christmas. So, but what I do is I make the list, and then you can see how like Scarred has a highlight and a check. That means I've read it. And then the rest of them, if it's not highlighted yet, that means I haven't read it. So then I think moving forward, I will try to stick with these lists so that I can make sure that I am reading the books that I am buying and not just throwing them on my shelves to have books. But I need to do one of these for 2025. And so that will be caught up, and then I'll make one for 2026. So that is my list. That is my to-do list. Tiny things, but a lot of them I think will only take me like a few minutes, and that's why I can get so much done. But first I must eat because I am hungry. It's amazing how I can always, like, I eat before I start sprints, but by the time I'm done, I'm hungry again. Ooh, the comments jumped. Let's see. The gelato looks yummy. I saw that one. Kat says, that was my summer activity for the Summer Spooks event that ED is hosting. The, which one? What did you do? What activity? Remind me. Thanks for sprints, Alicia. I need to read my chapters in Atomic Habits. Have a terrific day, friends. Yes, I am on. I have our. In my binder, I printed out the reading schedule for Atomic Habits. I think I'm on chapter 6. I have to go back and look. I'm on the chapter 6, chapter 7. I don't think I'll get it done today, but I will, whatever I don't read today, I will get done tomorrow and then move on to chapter 8. Are we actually doing the activities? Like if it says to build a routine or something, are we doing the activities? If we are, because I've just been reading it. If we are, then I need to go back and do the last one. Getting my fruit bar from Ice Cream Truck. Ooh, exciting. Thanks for sprints. You're so welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Kat says, that was my summer activity. I was influenced by him getting his snowball the other day. Oh, the ice cream. I got you. Ha. Ooh, I want a snowball. No, I'll just go eat one of the popsicles. All right. Well, I thank everyone for coming and hanging out with me today. I'm hoping that you guys were able to get some reading or productivity stuff done. And stay tuned. I will most likely have some new content coming. Like I said, I'm going to be filming today, so I'm going to try to have all of that scheduled so it just comes out as it as it's scheduled. So you might see Darth Vader and the Star Wars crew in multiple videos. I'll try to remember to change shirts, but I make no guarantees. I'm doing the activities with my habits/routines that I'm doing. Gotcha. Okay, so I'll go back and do the other one. Because, like I said, I've just been reading the chapters and kind of refreshing, but I'll go back and do them. And then I have an idea for the nonfiction I want to do in August. And I think it's one of the ones that you suggested, Kat. I'll have to look. It's a toss-up between 168 hours, or I have to randomly select one from the nonfiction list. So I'll see what happens. You can do it any way you want. We're helping Lee get through it. Yes, that is the main objective. All right. So maybe I'll just read through. I don't know. We'll see. See how I feel. All right. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I will have videos uploaded, so stay tuned for those. I will be scheduling August sprints also today. Oh, I need to add that to my list. And then I will see everyone on the interwebs. Have a good rest of your day and weekend. Have a good week ahead, and I will see everyone next time.